Yeah, ma'am. You can start now.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. So, welcome everyone to today's webinar session hosted by the Startup Incubation and Innovation Center, IIT Kanpur. I am Vatsala Khare, the lead of mentorship program at our center. We are thrilled to be live from our YouTube handle to discuss a crucial topic today: energy and conservation, opportunities for market transformation. Our esteemed speaker today is Mr. Anil Kumar Chaudhary, an accomplished alumnus of IIT Kanpur. Mr. Chaudhary has made significant contributions in the field of energy, efficiency, and sustainable development. He currently serves as the Chief General Manager and Head Operations of Energy Efficiency Services Limited, EESL, a joint venture of public sector undertakings under the Ministry of Power, Government of India. Under his leadership, EESL has been at the forefront of implementing large scale energy efficiency projects across India. His visionary approach has been instrumental in driving initiatives like the Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all programs, which this has revolutionized the energy consumption patterns in the country by promoting the use of LED lighting. Mr. Chaudhary has been a distinguished has a distinguished career marked by numerous achievements. He has been pivotal in conceptualizing and executing various demand side management projects, which have resulted in substantial energy savings and reduced carbon emissions. His efforts have not only contributed to energy conservation, but also to the creation of a sustainable and green economy. The topic for today's session is of paramount importance as we navigate the challenges of climate change and strive for sustainability. Energy conservation and efficient resource management are critical for reducing our carbon footprint and ensuring a resilient future for our planet. We are honored to have Mr. Anil Kumar Chaudhary with us today to share his insights and experiences. Please join me in welcoming Sir to the platform. And I request all the participants to make this webinar more interactive by your questions. Please type your questions in the chat box, or alternatively, you can raise your hands. We will unmute you and you may ask your question. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Uh, Now I welcome Mr. Chaudhary. Sir, the session is yours now.
Hello, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So, welcome everyone. And this is the topic energy efficiency and conservation, which is relevant to one and all, irrespective of whether you are a technocrat, professional, whatever you are. This is the topic which is touching the life of everybody, and this is something which is very much required for any nation to survive, even world to survive, and planet to survive. And so that is one kind of philanthropy attached to it. Means this is for the social cause. I will today discuss this not only for the social cause, for the our well-being. It's also makes a business sense also. It's a market transforming opportunity. When we are going for energy efficiency, conservation, this is a market transforming opportunity, makes a very good business sense, and it's literally a very good business sense as we are looking for around 10 lakh crores of investment in India only for the aimed energy efficiency. The energy efficiency which we require to save our actually when the India is in such a situation, if India wins, then world wins. India has such a good potential. So, India needs investment of 10 lakh crores. So world is eyeing for that investment, and that investment, the payback period is also very less, 1.5 years. So that kind of scenario is there. So technology is to be upgraded, skills are to be upgraded. So it's a very good market transforming opportunity. There are various slides, but I will touch only those slides which are very relevant and which will make sense. How energy efficiency services limited is progressing and what is the theme behind that. That is what I will touch, so that everybody must be knowing how they can harness this kind of potential in various kinds of fields. I will be discussing some of the cases which EESL has touched, but these are not the limits. Anything in the earth which calls for energy saving, resource conservation, and is scalable in throughout the India, that is a welcome proposition for us to adopt. As a EESL, as a Government of India, we have got a Government of India mandate to identify what are the energy efficient and options which can be scaled up. So these are the things, the starting thing which I would like to say. And just I would like to start with Gandhiji's philosophy, which is the Jantar of Gandhiji. What is this? उनका वही कहना है कि मैं तुम्हें एक जंतर देता हूं, जब भी तुम्हें संदेह हो, तुम्हारा अहम तुम पर हावी होने लगे, तो एक कसौटी आजमाओ. व्हाट इज दैट कसौटी? आई विल टेल यू that whenever you are doing anything, just recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man who you may have seen, and ask yourself if the step you are contemplating is going to be of any use of him or her. So will she or he or she gain anything by it? Will it restore him to a control over his own life and destiny? So whether it will lead to their Swaraj for freedom from hungry and spiritually starving millions. So that is what Gandhiji has told, and that is very much relevant all the time, and is more relevant today when we are facing all kinds of crisis, energy crisis, which we are staring at, will be only solved when we will look at this kind of aim. And whenever you go for any kind of venture, where startups are there, where things are there, you must have to understand what we are aiming to, whether we are whether our efforts will be beneficial to the one who is at the remotest end. Then you will find that your efforts and ventures are sustainable. For example, let's say if you are thinking of any energy conservation or efficiency method, let's say when this like GLS bulbs were there once upon a time, 100-watt bulbs. LED bulbs were brought in, and that was brought in by ESL. This model we will discuss. When this 100-watt bulbs were replaced by 9-watt and 11-watt bulbs, there was saving of around 90 watts per bulb. So what happened ultimately? So this saving ultimately, the saving of energy was now, this energy was available to the larger mass now. We didn't need to produce additional energy to cater them. So ultimately, this was helping the remotest of the remotest, our network. So that kind, if your any kind of endeavor is helping the remotest of the person, then this is the first check of the sustainability. So that I wanted to start with this, and let us talk some basics. We know what energy efficiency is. And we know what energy conservation is. So can somebody say in the chat box what is energy efficiency and what is energy conservation? It's a very basic thing. If you don't say, I will just say that. So
Deepak, please unmute Mitra.
hello.
Yes, Mitra, you can speak now. Please unmute yourself.
I wanted to just have one understanding of energy efficiency and then energy conservation. Then is somebody telling something?
Yes, Mitra, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So efficiency is where we use responsibly and don't waste it. Like pretty layman's example would be just switching off the lights when we are not at home or in the room itself. That is up one side of the table would be conservation as well as efficiency. And conservation is also where you try to save and better utilize it in a different fashion. In the sense, if we are running machines on say generated with products we are making, that is part conservation and part efficiency.
I will, yes, the things which you have quoted is very right. I will put it in some other way. Means when you are talking technically, making something more efficient means giving the same thing, same output with the lesser energy intake, then that appliance become energy efficient. I have just taken the example of bulbs. So that 100 watt bulb is now 9 watt. So that is that the bulb has been made efficient by using technical means. Some air conditioners are efficient, then other ones 3 stars are more efficient than less efficient than 5 star. So technically it has been made efficient. So when energy efficiency comes into the factor, the technology comes into it, and the conservation is when the same available efficient products are already there, then the pattern of use decide the conservation. Whether just we have told that switching off the lights and when that is you're conserving it, not using it. By not using it, you are conserving the energy. So that kind of thing so becomes the conservation. So technology will make you very efficient. Appliances will be very efficient, but then conservation becomes our usage pattern, our lifestyle. And here also the technology comes into the play when we are using devices for the dimming of lights, switching of the lights, and controlling the any automation in any industry. So that is not efficiency, that is conservation, because the efficient products are already there. So that is the thing. Thank you very much for the response. And after energy consumption becomes the market comes, we will come into the topic of market transformation, because when the technologies will be there, then these technologies will be upscaled. When new technology, let's say when the bulbs have come, nobody was manufacturing it. Now everybody is manufacturing. So market transformation has become, and it is the earning opportunity for it makes economic sense also. So that kind of opportunities will come when the energy efficiency and the conservation methods will be there. And then the prime thing is sustainability. That whatever we do, this should be sustainable. And as the opening slide was there about the Gandhiji's philosophy, that it should serve the remotest person, then only it will be sustainable. So, so our whatever the effort should be, it should not be one time. It should not be. It should be such that it should be sustainable for the all time to come. For example, if any project is there, that coal-based power plant project is there. If it is invested, and when some investment is required, and it works for very effectively with a very high plant load factor, let's say for at least 30 years, 20 to 30 years. It may be a very good proposition to invest, but seeing the environment sustainability, this is not that it is not advisable to put it. So that in that way, in spite of being financially stable, seemingly financially stable, it will not qualify the category of ESG norms, and hence will not be apt choice for sustainable financing. So that kind of choices we will have to make when we go for any technology upgradation, any kind of projects, any kinds of new ventures. So these are the checks we need to make all the time. So let us discuss it. And when we are talking about sustainable, these are the sustainable development goals which are known to everybody. And here also you can see the Gandhiji's philosophy is there. Then your any effort will be sustainable when there will be no poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation. So all these are which we have been all the time discussing. So these are what? These are not directly related to your action, but many and all the times, if these are, if any one of these are not getting, if is adversely getting affected, then our action will not be sustainable. So these are the things which we will be keeping in the mind all the time whenever we are thinking of any projects, any ventures, any startups. So when we are going to achieve these sustainable development goals, these are definitely a stretch goals. Not it's not to be that any one day one can achieve, and these will require a transformation of markets and society. These transformations shall be faster and deeper than in past because now everything is wanted yesterday. Situation is like that. If these are to be achieved, these goals must leverage existing and widely deployable technologies. So now here comes the role of technology that because the transformation required is faster and deeper than what was that in the past. This is where the adoption of efficient technology shall play a pivotal role, and there comes the opportunity for the market transformation. And let us see this this will be a very good group of thought for everyone that India's energy scenario is 1/3 of per capita of world's average and 1/13 of per capita of USA. So our energy consumption is 1/3 of world's average per capita energy consumption. So what does it mean? So seemingly it seems that we are consuming less energy. It seems much efficient, but that is not the case because our demography is yet very much developing and our needs are still developing. So when we will be like our per capita will be as per world, then we will be needing 3 times of energy to maintain the life standard of world's average. We will be needing 3 times of energy what we are requiring now. India's consumption is, see, in 2021-22 is given here, 2021-22, or yeah, 2030-31, it is going to increase by 2,455 billion units. Yeah. So whatever you say, that if we will become like world's average as of now, we will be needing 3 times of energy. And as we are claiming that we are going to be developed nation very soon, so our per capita, and if you will become a developed country like USA, and then to match that standard, you will be needing 13 times of energy, what we are needing, requiring today. So can we afford to have that kind of energy from the supply side? Can we produce that kind of energy? So this is next to impossible because if you will be producing 13 types of energy, we will have to use all the resources, including coal, and then environment will be like we will not be able to see across our rooms also. It will be so dark, and it will not be an environment to survive. So we will have to become energy efficient in any cost, and this will be not only environment which of the clean air. Even temperature rise will be there. Many islands will sink. So various kinds of catastrophe will happen, which we are seeing also nowadays. So this is the scenario, and this is the emphasis where we have to, we have no choice but to become energy efficient. And so any technology which is for the resource conservation and efficiency is a very welcome technology nowadays. These are the various energy saving potential at various sectors. I will not go much in detail. You can see that agriculture, commercial, domestic, municipal, all kinds of sectors are listed here, and various kinds of energy consumptions are also listed. So if we will use energy saving methodologies in agriculture sector, then we have an opportunity to save by 9% to 15%. In ambitious savings scenario, it is 15%. In moderate savings scenario, it is 9%. So that is how it is there in all the cases. In the transport, 7 to 10%, and this industrial 11 to 16%. Municipal savings will be 12 to 19%. Means that kind of saving we can aim at, and the monetary saving is also given in the both the scenario, and it will require the investment of around 10 lakh crore. Like you can see in the bottom of the table, 10 lakh crore, and in the moderate saving energy saving scenario. So that kind of investment is required. So from where this kind of investment will come? So that becomes the question now. So we will explore that. You see that energy efficiency market in India is around of the monitoring saving by 2031. If you will deploy the moderate saving energy efficiency methods, then it will be around 6.3 lakhs crores of savings we will be achieving in the energy cost. So that is now the energy will be saved. That is 87 million tons of oil equivalent plus 285 terawatt hour. That energy will be saved. That is one thing. This energy now will be utilized for some other purpose. So that energy will be saved. Another thing that it makes economic sense also. You see, 6.3 lakhs crores of monetary saving will be there. What will be the investment required? You have just seen in the previous slide, around 10 lakh crore. 10 lakh. So what is the payback rate? Now, even less than 1.5 years. So it makes a very good investment sense for entire world. So if any project of energy efficiency and any resource consumption is thought of by any sector, is thought of in any sector or by any, so market of 10 lakh crore is open for us. People will be ready from all over world to invest in that kind of market, because they are knowing that payback rate is much less. So saving potential of various sector is also shown in this pie chart, that municipal saving potential is 1% and 2% is the investment is 2%. You see, commercial 6, investment 10. Agriculture also like that, and domestic you see 14% saving potential and 14% in investment. And industry sector is seems very lucrative in this, that 55% of energy is saved by the 36% of investment which is thought of. So that kind of scenario is there. So market is wide open in any sector. We have to come with the innovations in whatever the field that is. So that requires, when we are thinking of this kind of market, then there comes the concept of ESCO project. ESCO means energy saving company. So what energy service company? Energy service company, what it does actually? Actually, that EESL which I belong to is a super ESCO company. It is called as a super ESCO. And ESCO is actually what? Actually, ESCO is energy service company. This ropes in investment in various kind of energy efficiency opportunities. And then get, for example, let's say if any plant has to change motor from inefficient motors to efficient motor, and that industry has got 1,000 motors. 1,000 motors investing on 1,000 motors and changing it one go will not be a very financially viable solution for them. So what this energy service company does, they bring in investments from various sources, and then they replace it, or through those investments, you can say from their borrowings, they replace it. And the energy savings which comes for that industry, through that savings, industry pays to the ESCO company. And so EESL has started working like that only, and EESL has become a super ESCO as they are trying to promote other ESCO companies under their umbrella. Because the market is around 10 lakh crores. And at present, ESL is having 3,000 to 5,000 crores of market. So that kind of, so it is hundreds of ESLs will come in the picture when we are going to cater the entire market of India. So that kind of scenario is there. So this is the background how it has come up through the how ministry have thought of establishing EESL. It's the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency Initiative for 2009. And with the vision of universal access to sustainable energy solutions to enable a low carbon future with significant economic and social impact. This was the vision when ESL was created. And this is the founded in 2009 under National Mission on Enhanced Efficiency. So this is how it has been formed with NTPC, REC, PFC as in Power Grid, having their joint ventures and fund and line of credit with ADB, AFD, KFW, World Bank, and many other banks. So that is how we have started, and this is the journey. Means actually we initially started with the piloting that LED bulbs when LED bulbs were costing 400 rupees and CFL bulbs had just come, and India needed to reduce that cost of energy. So when the LED bulbs were piloted and industry was not ready to manufacture it and it was costing 400 rupees, ESL backed them with bulk orders and 37 crores of LED lights through the industry, and many industries, those who were not even thinking of producing those bulbs, they set up the plant to produce that. And now in this process, India has started making it, and LED bulbs are the norms of the day. So that is how we are transforming the market. And this is the model which I say to everyone that it can be adopted if we find any opportunity to scale up the project. So various kinds of program has been launched, agriculture management, street light national program, and motor replacement program. Various kinds of programs have been launched. So these are the Ujala program, street light national program, building energy efficiency program, agriculture demand side program, smart meter national programs. So these all are the programs in which efficient technologies have been brought in, roped in, and demand has been aggregated so that the cost of that new technical appliances products should reduce and then socialize all over India. And socializing all over India, democratizing all over India is very important to us and for any project venture, because it gives the scale and direct benefit to entire country. If that any technology is for the local, is very much localized, so it may be beneficial for that local area, local industry or whatever. But for the nation to grow, a nation to sustain for energy efficiency, the technology which are scalable for entire India are quite sustainable. So various kinds of technology has been brought in municipal energy efficiency program has been brought in. Atal Jyoti Yojana, solar street lights have been brought in, decentralized solar study land, tri-generation, electric vehicles, public charging infrastructures. These all have come into the picture through various kinds of initiatives. And the initiative is similar as I have told of bulbs. Business model is very much essential to understand. I've been just discussing that ultimately what is happening. That this is pay as you save model. Means investment will be done by the energy saving service company, ESCO. So, and then what it does, leverage economies of scale through bulk procurement. And then it, let's say we are in contact with hundreds of industry, every industry needing 100 motors. So 100 into 100, 10,000 motors, we can straight away bulk procure and 10,000 motors will give industry will be interested to make as per our specifications. And then the specifications will, stringent specification, best specifications will come up. And then these, and in the best price. These 100 industry will be now getting those motors in the lesser, in the very affordable price, because the price has come down because of bulk procurement. And then and many times they don't they when they sometimes they opt for the upfront payments, and when they don't opt for the upfront payment, they can go for the pay as you say model. So these are the various kind of model one can think of when going for the resource conservation energy saving projects, or some building some company of this intent. These kind of projects can be thought of. So what it does actually, there one is the PMC upfront investment done by client. In that also the inventory collection is there, procurement facilitation is there, warranty application is there, and procurement monitoring is there. So in that cost, capital cost plus the PMC fees is all the time there. So the company which thinks that they will be doing the demand aggregation, and then say, so they will be having their own cost added to that. So that will become the total project cost. In the ESCO model, front investment is done by EESL, and the financing cost adds up and adds some in that. I will take some example of the project also in the due course. You see that this is the pictorial representation of what I have just told me. Let's say in some project period of 3 years, baseline consumption is what is shown in red, and the target consumption which is shown in green. You see that there is some saving is shown when we deploy some energy efficient process, project, appliances, whatever it is. It can be anything. It can be bulb, it can be motor, it can be any industrial modification. The premise is exactly the same. Some baseline consumption is there, and then some target consumption is there. Then there is some saving will be there, and when it will be monetized, it comes into certain amount of money. Here it is around 4.9 lakhs. It is showing something like that, 4.9 lakhs. So what is there? Then after the entire investment, this let's say 4.9 lakh saving is coming to that industry, that sector, whatever it is. So what this, it has been divided into two parts, A and B. A is the part which industry is supposed to pay to the ESCO company. So what is that the beneficiary, the end user is getting without any investment, no upfront investment by that industry. Total entire project cost is getting is being invested by that ESCO company, and then that without any investment they start saving, let's say in this case 4.87 lakhs, and now they will be paying some part of that to the ESCO company, that in this case it is 3.49 lakhs, and without any investment they will be and having the return of around 1.4 lakhs. So that is the opportunity when somebody comes into embarks into the journey with any ESCO company, that they start saving without any investment, and within 3 years they will be paying ultimately around, in this case what you are saying, that 8.49 lakhs is the initial investment of that ESCO company, and within 3 years they will be paying to that ESCO company, in this case it is ESL, 10.49 lakhs. So in 3 lakhs, and then every year they are saving also. In spite of that, they are saving. So without any upfront cost, this has made a business sense that industry has to pay a part amount, and then still that ESCO company ESCO company is the energy service company is now serving the purpose of transforming the entire industry or to become the efficient one. So without any investment, that industry has become efficient. That makes business sense to that industry. That makes that ESCO company is also earning. That makes business sense to ESCO company, and the new technology has also adopted. So it is a win-win situation for everyone. Various kinds of skill sets are improved. So, so it's that kind of model is the ESCO model. If any doubt is there, when somebody can hand raise and ask. Some question in chat is also there. No?
Yes, sir. So the question was why mission power to all by 2020 is not achieved by government till now. Could you please elaborate? What is the ESL doing for India's future for betterment?
Actually, the first question is that why it has not been achieved.
Yes.
20. That is actually the now what we have signed that we whatever the country's commitment we have signed, the national NDC goals we have signed. At least whatever happened in past hasn't happened, but now whatever the national determined commitments are there, we are much ahead of that. Our renewable energy consumption is also mix is also has increased, and we are much ahead in the target of achieving energy efficiency. And the 2070 net zero aim is also there. That is a much larger aim. 2070 net zero. And the way we are progressing, that is all the time we are ahead of that. And that second question kya tha? What
Our
ESL
second question, what is ESL doing for India's future for betterment?
So yes. Ye in ESL, as I have just now told, that ESL is identifying any technology and which is scalable into entire India. Just now I have just briefly touched about lights and motors. So these are what, and some lists I have shown smart meters, in which smart meter was there, and so efficient ACs were there. So these are technologies. These are so there can be technological interventions to make these appliances more efficient. So whenever there is an opportunity of making any appliance more efficient, and there is a and after making it more efficient, there is always an investment in that. And if we see that demand of this will be much in the large scale, it will be scalable pan India. Then we aggregate that demand and make that technology cheaper. So and cheaper and affordable, and that's how we play a role in making any technology very much affordable for entire India, so that entire India can achieve it, and then in turn save energy. So that is that is how we are moving ahead. I will take one example of agriculture demand side management. In this very beautiful model has been adopted. What has been done? That agriculture consumers are using very some pumps for their agricultures, submersible pumps, and they don't least bother about its efficiency because they are getting power in very high subsidized cost or almost free, in some states free also. So they are least bothered about efficiency, and when they are getting power on night. So the pumps are all the time running. So they are not least bothered about energy because they are not paying for it. So it is very huge loss to nation, and who will convince them to change this to energy efficient pumps, because it will call for investment, and for which they have got no returns because they are not going for energy. So what we did, we collaborated with distribution companies, discoms, and it was very successful in especially in UP and Andhra Pradesh. That were these pumps were replaced by distribution companies, not by farmers. The farmers, we supplied efficient pumps we piloted some specification of efficient pumps, and then we tendered for that in a very large quantity, and the price reduced, and we supplied it to this distribution companies, and they deployed it to all the farmers. So this farmers pumps were replaced on free of cost. Free of cost, it was replaced. By this process, their energy consumption has come to less than 50%. In some cases, it has come to 1/3 of that. So let's say if the farmer was using 300 units of energy, so now it was using 100 units of energy only. So net 200 saving, 200 units of energy saving to discom, which discom would have given free of cost. So that is the saving. This is another latent saving which they are getting. So 200 unit saving. So this is the cost which they are saving, and now they are able to have this 200 units to sell it to another commercial consumer, industrial consumer, where they are getting ready money for that. So that is the saving they have got, and so they were able to pay to EESL through that saving only. So that kind of, so if you go for the energy saving mode, there can be various model can come up when beneficiary need not pay anything. You see in this farmer need not had not to pay anything, and they got efficient pumps also, and the payment was done through the savings which Discom earned. So this is how ESL is bringing in transformation. And any technology. One question I was thinking that how can someone if someone wants to do business with ESL, what is the criteria of selection? The selection is that this when somebody comes with any kind of proposition, that this is the energy, this is the proposition of energy saving. For example, I will take yet another example that in the windows, the glass windows, some screen, some material has been claimed to save, to be put on the window screens, which is very much transparent, doesn't shield your view outside, and still still shields the heat to come inside. So what will be that material, if you will stick to the windows, that it will be a transparent see-through shield like that, and then it will be the heat load inside that premises, room, or whatever you call it, will be less. So what will happen? Will be less. So you will be needing lesser cooling energy. So by investing in that material, you are having in lesser. So that kind of proposition has come. We have so that for that material, some pilot was agreed, and then through that pilot, we are in the initial stage of understanding that this literally some saving is we are getting saving in the in our cooling load, and hence in the our power consumption also is getting reduced. So if that model is established, so it becomes a very good proposition that by putting up these kind of shields, this will be the energy saving. In some formula will have to be derived. So that is what the work is to be done. That this will be the energy saving in these kinds of building, and so the payback period will be there. And if we found that and these kind of buildings will be in the requirement of this kind of building which are existing in India will be numbers will be in lakhs. So what? So this is the product which is quite scalable because the requirement is in lakhs. So in lakhs of the building, maybe more than that will be there. So that becomes the product which is quite scalable. So we will go for then those kind of aggregated demand, tendering, and all those things. So this is how we promote any technology. This is one case is for chillers. Cooling demand is increasing, so chillers are put up in all the places, and chillers are becoming very much more inefficient because they are installed for last 20-40 years also. So we are bringing chiller efficiency program in which we will be replacing chillers by the present state of the art modern chillers. So that is how we are thinking of new and new programs all the time, and so the things are wide open. Any kind of technology you bring in with the ROI and the scaling of potential, the just some initial study should be brought in. Then we can collaborate and we can do the detailed study together. But some initial study and some initial opportunity should be seen in the concept note when somebody is coming for the business proposition. So that is the thing. One question I think in this case, does the total project cost includes the warranty expense for 36 months for the pumps as well? Yes, answer is yes. And no upfront investment by the beneficiary industry, no upfront cost if it is ESCO model. What happens to the pumps at the end of life or post warranty? So that belongs to that beneficiary industry. So without any investment, that the industry has paid through the savings, and that entire after that entire payment has been done in the 36 months, everything will be belong to that beneficiary industry. So that is the beauty of ESCO model. So that is the things. And the scope is all the time everywhere there. The many things are coming to my mind. You can put in the question. That will be better way for me to answer this. And this is what I've been just told in many ways. ESL approach and methodology. Problem statement will come, then investment, and the
Sir,
implementation.
there was one more question. It's
Yes,
in the
yes.
webinar chat. It says, can you please highlight the process followed to finalize the business model?
Acha, acha. Process followed to finalize the business model.
Ji.
You see, I talked about that ESCO business model just now, in which when any technology is selected, thought of, then you have to these kind of chart will automatically come up. The baseline consumption of that project, the target consumption, and then how you will monetize it, and what will be the percentage of that monetized saving that ESCO company will take from that beneficiary company. So that is to be decided. And then you have to see that project period should not increase more than 5 years, something like that. We as a ESL has gone for the projects up to 7 years of investment also. 7 years of investment. But generally, it is very good to have the project period up to 3 years. And if that is 3, and we are still going for the project of 5 years, but in general, for project period of 3 years, if our process of projects qualifies for 3 to 4 years of payback period after through their annual monetized saving of the beneficiary, then this becomes a very good business model. Then this is the business model which can be adopted. So here, what the industry should say, the industry should be very much confident about the product which they are installing, the project which they are installing, and project they are installing, and they must be confident of the saving. And here also, I will tell one thing that is there in the slide or not. I think that when these savings are being proclaimed, then these are not all the time measured savings. Let's say once somebody has installed a replaced non-efficient motor to a very efficient motor of i3 motor. we had a program of replacing IE1 and below motors to IE3 motors. These are the energy efficiency class of motors. I1, I2, I3. Now I4 has also come, and I5 has also come, and globally, like, better part of the world, I5 has also come. So India has mandated for IE2 motors, IE2 motors. So now any motor less than IE2 will not be installed. What ESL has done, brought in IE3 motors. So what? So when somebody goes to any industry, let's say they have got 1,000 number of IE1 motors of various capacities installed there, that inventory list is taken, and then equal replacement of, let's say, 17 kilowatt motor replaced with by the 17 kilowatt of I1 or below motor. Old motor is replaced by 17 kilowatt of the new I3 motor. 30 kilowatt replacement. So apple to apple replacement is there. And so you can calculate what will be the savings through pen and paper and everything. This can be calculated. If IE1 motor is having this kind of energy, taking this kind of energy, the IE3 motor will be. So that is to be agreed between consumer, this beneficiary, and this ESCO company. This is to be agreed. First, this is to be agreed, and then how many hours will be running. So that entire calculation will be there. And this is known as steamed saving approach. Means when the motor will be running, ESCO company will not be measuring what they are taking, what energy it is taking, and this is already agreed before installation of. So what happens in the process, that whether that beneficiary companies use it in let's say in the calculation, the company beneficiary company has told that I will be using it 8 hours. So all the calculation has been done as per the 8 hours, something like that. So whether they use it 6 hours or 10 hours, if they will use it for the 6 hours, the savings will be obviously less. Or if you will use it 10 hours, savings will be more. But whatever has been agreed on the table before the signing of the contract, that will form the basis of the payment and the payback. So that is known as deemed saving approach. In this deemed saving, all the calculation has been done as per the technological specifications, and this is one approach. Another approach is there, that baseline study of the consumption is done. Let's say baseline study of the motor energy consumption has been done for the motors, and then once new motors have been installed, again the study will be there. So what has become the difference, then that will form the basis of the calculation of and that is also a deemed saving, because only once that difference has been seen, actual difference has been seen, and that will be extrapolated for the 3 years, and that both the industry has to agree. The beneficiary industry and the ESCO company both has to agree for these things, and so that becomes the model of the payment. So here, if somebody thinks that they will be monitoring all the time what is the saving, that then it becomes that it doesn't become the deemed saving, then it becomes the actual saving, whatever the actual saving is being obtained. So in general, in the ESCO model, up till now, deemed saving approach has worked very fine, because in actual saving, there are all the time conflicts of operational malfunctioning and everything. ESCO company will say you have not used it properly, and some operational failure was there, and they will be telling that no, we have been doing everything right. So is it all the time? Most of the time, it is better to have the deemed saving approach. Until now, we have mostly worked in the deemed saving approach only.
Okay,
So
sir.
if any doubt is there, they can still ask the question.
Yeah, sure. I will connect if it is further. Okay, so there is one more question. It says industrial chiller has its own limitation. Initial cost of the chiller based system is very high as compared to saving energy. Is it so? What is the payback period? Please explain in details. It will be helpful in HVAC sector only for, yeah.
Actually, industrial chiller, the chiller comes with the other accessories also. Air handling unit efficiency also comes into the picture, and that some pumps are there. Some pumps are there which feed water to the industrial chiller. So when you talk about the entire system, then there is there then there what happens? Then only chiller efficiency is not remains the factor. But having said that, industrial chiller now industrial chiller or chillers in any hotel in the hotels or anywhere else are have already passed many 20 years something like that in many industries, and so they are already at the lower efficiency level, and technology has upgraded. The screw compressor was there, some other reciprocating compressor. Those who are in the HVAC industry must be knowing better what kind of compressor are efficient in which kind of applications. So so these when these are replaced, immediate improvement in efficiency is seen, and payback period is not the issue in this case. For the chiller also, to pay back chiller to chiller replacement, not touching the accessories around that. Even that is less than 3 years. So this chiller efficiency, the studies have told the chiller efficiency program is quite viable. So this is the viable proposition. And so these are the various cases, and these are the various programs which ESL has already adopted. So that is enumerated here. But this doesn't mean that these are the only programs. Any program can be adopted. That smart meter program is already there. Decentralized solar programs or plants are already there. So these are the some few details of various kinds of programs, and this is the seed of what economic of scale has done. Initially, when we started aggregating the demand that of the bulbs, it was it was costing us 310 rupees per bulb. But when we started tendering, it reduced to 204, and now it is costing around 40 rupees. Drop in price by 1/8. So it is available. It is costing to any ESCO company like us to it is costing to us at 40 rupees. Now it is coming available in the market in 70 rupees. 40 rupees the cost of our procurement. So that is the drop in the price. So initially the 400 rupees, 450 rupees bulb now is coming in the 70 rupees. So that is the price drop we have achieved in 4 to 5 years. So that is how you work in the economy of scale. And then if you go for the ESCO model, there is another thing, the upfront investment is also not involved. So that kind of thing, that the similar thing we have adopted in Street Light National Program. In this model, what has happened, that we have taken maintenance also under our scope. Because it was contract with municipalities for 7 years. So for 7 years, the light were warranted for 7 years. We have taken maintenance, and we have procured 1.2 crores of lights which have been installed in entire India, and has been in some places it is being still maintenance, and some places 7 years has just completed in this year. So so that way we have and in this process various kind of ecosystem, various kinds of companies have developed. Means the installation agencies have developed, and this maintenance agency have developed. So we have we have look, we have helped in generating these kind of agencies. So in entire India, many installation agency now we have now are in the play, and maintenance agency are in the play, and these LED bulbs comes with the drivers. Drivers are the things which such protecting devices and drivers are the things which generally becomes fault. LED remains intact. So another kind of agency has developed in this time that yeah, driver repairing agency has also developed. So these are so when you go for these kinds of new technologies, new kind of companies will come up in the ecosystem. So that is why it's a very much good for economic growth of India. Electric vehicle and public charging infrastructures has already been brought in. The electric vehicle is being adopted, and electric charging infrastructure are being put up in all the places. Smart meter national program. This is meter national program is not directly energy efficiency program. This is energy conservation program, because when we are monitoring anyone's energy very efficiently, the energy consumption also get reduced, and the correct amount is the billing efficiency of the DISCOM increases. The average revenue realization of the DISCOM increases. Decentralized solar plant, that's very much evident. So building energy efficiency program, some ESCOs have developed which take up some building and convert everything by the energy efficient appliances, ACs, lights, bulbs, fans, BLDC fans, everything. So they get the first they do the audits and then they replace it. So auditing agencies are also getting developed, and then after installation they again audit it. So and then the model can be anything: upfront investment or pay as you save model. Super efficient ACs ESL has already experimented with the super efficient ACs, and now at present ISEER 5.8 rated EV and 6.2 rated ACs are coming, which is ESL has already launched. And ESL is aiming to launch up to ISEER 7.0. What does it mean? Bureau of Energy Efficiency gives 5-star rating when there is ISEER ratio of 5.0. Anything beyond that, 5.1, 5.2, 5.4, whatever it is, it will remain 5-star. But ESL is all the time bringing in more and more efficient ISEER. So 5.8 and 6.2 ISEER ACs have been already brought in by ESL, and we are aiming for 7.0 ISEER. So those who are interested in this cooling sector, they can come with any proposition which can increase the efficiency of air conditioning up to 7.0, because beyond that also, but we are aiming for 7.0 till now. This is the agriculture demand side management which I have talked about. And Ajay and Solar Study Lab is harnessing that this solar power, and you see this is benefiting the last mile of our country, the remotest people of our country, where the grid power cannot be connected, where the solar light has been installed. So that is the impact which we are getting through these methods. This is the National Motor Replacement Program, which I have briefly already talked about, that replacing IE1, IE2, IE3 motors. So this is just a table how efficiency will increase if we replace IE1 motor by IE3 motors. So these are some examples, and you will find that payback period is all the time less than 1.5 years. And if you go for the ESCO mode, within 3 years payment is done. So various kinds of programs have been brought in. So that is the elaboration, and see the payback period in the LED intervention, it was less than 1 year. The air conditioning 2.5 years, motors around 2 years, electric vehicle charging infrastructure around 3 years, electric vehicle 1 year. So see, and electric vehicle 1 year means depends on the usage of that. If you will buy the electric vehicle and it will stand for the 1 year, that will not give you the payback. Industrial energy efficiency, we are also targeting. If some intervention is required in any industry, which will increase its efficiency, then it also becomes a project of our interest. So various kinds of industrial efficiency projects are being deployed. We have already furnace replacement program of HEC we are targeting, and market of 3 lakh crore is there in industrial efficiency. And this brings in one kind of thing, investment grade energy audits. Whenever we are going for any kind of intervention, first thing will be always there of energy audit. This is very separate subject altogether. I am just touching it that energy audits are first to be conducted, and this should not be only bookish energy audit. That is investment grade energy audit. What is the investment required? What will the payback period? What kind of specification of appliances will be put up after that energy audit? That is to be properly measured and recorded in that energy audit, and then immediately that investment is done. That kind of audits are the requirement before we go for any kind of these measures. So this is ultimately for the various kinds of potential. Somebody was asking for the chiller. You see, for the chiller, it is in the industrial sector. The chiller potential is investment is there of 362 lakhs, and one it has been shown, and 102 is the monetary saving. So you see, around 3 to 3.5 years is the payback period for the chiller. So various kinds of pilots which we are doing and we have done that are enumerated. So these are the just finite number of pilots which I can show here, but the opportunities are endless. The main idea of my telling all those things is that there are opportunities. Yeah, some any opportunities will come if there is a ROI in the investment and scalability is there. So that kind of proposal becomes a project of interest for us. And then we also start convincing government that we should take these kind of projects also. And we are all the time conducting National Energy Conservation Award, in which various kinds of interventions are being recognized. I happen to be one of the technical evaluation committee member of that National Energy Conservation Award also. So any kind of intervention which is very helpful for entire country are very much welcome. So carbon financing convergence has come up as a new initiative. Convergence actually means efficient products. Then solar also installed there, battery storage system also there. Convergence of various kind of technologies. So that is that kind of project can also not only based on only one technology, various kinds of other means installed in club together comes into our convergence projects. We have already bringing in chiller program, super efficient ACs. I have just told 5.8 and ISRR 6.2. Cold chain we are bringing in. This is for to arrest agriculture post-harvest loss. Agriculture post-harvest loss is also a very food security problem for India. So when we are going to invest in the cold storage system, then again they are going to guzzle energy. So we have taken preemptive measures so that this cold storage should be very efficient, and we have found that 50% of post-harvest loss is in farm gate only. So at the farm gate, smaller size cold storage should be installed. That too with the solar panels. So that kind of interventions has been thought of. So opportunities are endless. So I was just telling you about the cold chain. That is what. You see that the farm gate level around 2 lakhs of installation is required, and at present India is only having less than 1,000 numbers of micro cold storage operational. So you see opportunities how much? 2 lakhs. So opportunity in the agriculture sector is also there. Any sector you can name about. So that is how we are, and this is the business model of will be of the if we are going to for the cold chain and micro cold storages. So how this payment will be done, who will be installing it, how the farmer will pay it. This model will come up when in ESL we only don't focus on not only on the technology but in the business model as a whole because the money should also rotate. So that is how we develop business model for all the cases. So these are the various kinds of example, and it will require in every technology, in every business model, there are various kinds of things. And after having the efficient lighting, now new generation lighting will also come. Smart lighting will also come in smart cities. This all the lighting posts will be the IoT nodes, internet nodes, and this will be the host for various kinds of services. Let's say the environment management, hazard but everything will be there. So these kinds of opportunities are coming up. I just thought I should share with you. These are the smart posts which may come up. Right now, just this should intrigue something in
Yes.
the budding and entrepreneurs. Goal will become the slice revenue thing. So, and this will be a charging point also, we can see. So so these are the kind of intervention which think of. So, and in the lighting sector only, you see what kind of opportunities are there, various kinds of controlling. After efficiency, various kinds of controls and conservations comes into the picture. So that kind of opportunities are there. And you see, by just turning off and dimming, no occupancy, the saving potential is of 24%. 24% saving potential is there. And daylight harvesting, some designing and architectural designing, this saving potential up to 40% is there. Photo sensor, daylight sensor, and astronomical clock is the technological interventions required there. So that kind of interventions are there. So is this control strategy training means that light itself emission will be not max at the 100%. When it will be reduced and when reduced to your desired level, and that trimming only will give you 36% off. So if some technology is invoked to do that, that it will be you can see the kind of saving which will be achieving. So these various kinds of things are there. Various kinds of technology will come into play. Discussion can be endless. You see, another thing in the lighting only, human-centric lighting will come into the picture, which will increase the productivity of any environment, any campus, any industry. So that is another kind of chapter which one can touch upon. So opportunities are endless, and
Yes.
you see everything converted into money. You see how much is the saving up to saving potential up to 24%, 40%, 36%. So, so that kind of market potential is there. So ultimately, what I want to say that ESL model and REACH provides an ecosystem. The ecosystem should build in platform for pilot projects, upscaling and implementation, and then we target the huge market and investment with high returns. That is what we aim for. So, uh, so much. It was.
Yes, thank you, sir. It was uh, you shared very important knowledge about the sector with us. And there is one last question by Akansha that I think we can answer within the time that we have. EV is also increasing pollution more than renewable, but less than petrol diesel vehicles. Is there any best solution in automobile sector which one vehicle is good for us? EV is also harmful if it's not maintained properly. What is the safety precautions for it?
You can what well, if you go for any technology, there are pros and cons for anything. So when I see,
Anil sir, can you please stop sharing the presentation?
yeah, sure, sure, sure. Stop sharing. Uh,
Yeah, it's done.
Yes, 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 yes. So one thing is that that any technology when it is coming, there are various kinds of apprehensions in that. So EV has also various kinds of if EV is a clean technology to that city where it is deployed. If that is it, but it is coming with the various kinds of lithium batteries are there for this mining is required. They are consuming energy which is if it is coal-based energy, let's say, then again, ultimately what? The green energy, you have not used diesel and petrol, but ultimately you have used coal-based energy. So if our energy mix is still not with the renewable, then EV is not totally green. It is not dark green that it will become light green then. So that how green is your EV depends on how we are what kind of energy we are putting in. Let's say if our energy which we are taking for our charging, as I've told, it's a coal based, then it is not that kind of green, but obviously less than the diesel and yeah. So it is temporary. The EV is being promoted just because it is a clean technology for that city, and rest of the renewable mix is being mixed into the power source, and that will make it EV more green. And then when technology is every day improving, so EV is any day is going to be lesser hazardous. Till the other technology comes, the EV is the best option at present. Thank you for the questions also to make it interesting. And I hope this must be making everybody more intrigued that in that for thinking of the new technologies and thinking of the return on investment and think how various kinds of projects can be very feasible for India, very viable for India. That kind of thinking must be invoked. At least I should be able to touch on that aspect of your mind. If that is done, then my purpose is getting solved.
Okay, sorry, I just got disconnected. So I think the question has been answered.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Your presentation was
And
very
just
elaborate.
one more question I'm saying in most of the villages, there are no street light. How can it? The street lights are not there, so that is what the social impact is required. Solar lights are that is why it is solar lights are being thought of if they are not get connected. And that if something is not there in any place of India, that gives us a business opportunity, and that should be the business opportunity for anyone. If there is no street light, then it gives a business opportunity. So it's a good thing. For India, that is why I say that India is no dearth of opportunity. Opportunities everywhere. And somebody is asking, Akansha is asking for F4TA in your passport. क्या कहते हैं, this firmware over the year means this firmware over the year means you don't that application can be installed and upgraded through the internet. That is the application. That is the whenever you are upgrading your mobile phone application, what you are just upgrading it through the internet only. Your iOS version is increasing, so that is through internet only. So that is the support application. And the energy efficiency field is so large. Whenever we pick up any topic, it becomes a very large. So we have to skip many things. So sorry for that. तो इसको भाई अदर्स देखिए सस्टेनेबल फाइनेंस itself एक टॉपिक है. Cooling is itself is a topic. Cooling sector is itself is a topic. So we can go on talking about many things. And urban planning efficiency is another topic. So there can be various subtopics when you go for the energy efficiency. Thank you for your interest. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you Anil sir again for showing so many opportunities that are available with ESL and government. So I hope any more questions, he is a mentor to us. I'll be able to connect you to him. So please reach out to me. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
day, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day.